about having a ball. There's the bubble, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. I like to make a bubble beard. I look at my dad and say, do I look weird when the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop, oh when the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. I put the bubbles right in my hand. I blow them off gently to watch them land. And then the bubbles, and then the bubbles pop. And then the bubbles, and then the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. Bubbles in the ball can make me slip. If you put a mat down, it'll give me grip. And then the bubbles, and then the bubbles pop. And then the bubbles, and then the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. When I'm ready to get out, I say to mom, pass the towel and pull the plug. We watch the bubbles, we watch the bubbles pop. We watch the bubbles, we watch the bubbles pop. Stay with me in the bath while I play. When we're done, pull the plug and then put it away. Don't leave me by myself. We watch the bubbles, we watch the bubbles pop. We watch the bubbles, we watch the bubbles pop. Best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. I like to make a bubble beard. I look at my dad and say, do I look weird when the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. Oh when the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop. The best thing about having a ball. There's the bubbles, oh when the bubbles pop.